Welcome everyone to Bertwood Cost Park as we get set for some more Baseball Canada Men's Baseball Championship action. The National Championships continue with the Tecumseh Thunder taking on New Brunswick's representatives, the Charlottetown Islanders, here in the town of Tecumseh. A community proud of the past, confident in the future. Justin Prince, Ted Beal with you as we get set for this ball game. It should be an interesting one because Tecumseh, the only undefeated team in the tournament coming into today, Ted. Pressure is on, to say the least, as we get ready for a ceremonial first pitch. This will be Carson Whittle of the Windsor Spitfires who will throw this ceremonial first pitch.
Not bad for the youngster.
And not a bad matchup on the docket today here, to say the very least. Tecumseh has a chance to control their own destiny for tomorrow.
Yeah, this is a big game. This is for first place in the pool. New Brunswick comes in with a pair of wins, 2-1. Even though the Thunder are 3-0, they could turn this right around and take first place in the pool with a victory this morning.
Let's take a look at the lineup. Josh Anderson, Eric Cunningham, Dan Workington, Mitch Hoodwagner, then Hoodwagner should say, Lamentia, Goddard, Barker, Miller, and Patrick Hibble rounds out the lineup for Tecumseh.
Nathan Van Putten, who is a Monkland, Ontario native. Go ahead there.
Let's take a look at the defensive alignment first before we get to the pitcher. McLaren, Myers, Cormier, McIsaac, Grant, Arsenal, McKay, Pickett. How they'll line up here today from the New Brunswick representatives, coming all the way from PEI, in fact, through their league play. But you were talking about the pitcher, Nathan Van Putten.
Yeah, Monkland, Ontario native, 23-year-old right-hander. Has experience with Carleton University, but plays with the Fredericton group out of New Brunswick. So, well, in some duty this past season, 56 innings pitched, and it looks like a 4.47 ERA. Has done well for himself, and we'll see a strong Thunder lineup against Van Putten.
We start things off today with a ball. Beginning things at the plate, Josh Anderson. Watching that one for a strike. 1-2, 1-1. One and two. 1-2 is the count for Anderson. Anderson dribbles it over to McIsaac. Play over to first, gets the out. First out of the inning for the Tecumseh Thunder's side of the lineup. Team veteran Eric Cunningham coming up to the plate next.
Anderson had come into the game batting .455, but Cunningham, not at his usual self, 273 coming in.
Starting things off with a strike, 0-1.
Cunningham's going to get a break behind the dish today. And he's going to move over to first base. Kibble will move over to third, as Hudwagner takes the duties behind the plate for the Thunder.
1-1. Going for a bunt. Hits it foul. 1-2.
Cunningham always a threat. He's able to spray the ball all sides of the field as well as lay one down. Always looking for the edge to see if players are paying attention across the diamond. Probably noticed the third base was a little too deep for his liking. Now with 2 strikes now, we'll have to hit his way aboard or work the count for a walk.
The 1-2. off-speed in for a strikeout. Two quick outs to start.
Nice off-speed breaking pitch on the outer edge, I would say, for Van Putten. He seems a little keyed up. He knows this is an important matchup for his squad.
That brings up Dan Warkentin. Dan, one of the top hitting threats for the Tecumseh Thunder for a couple of years now. Swings and misses to start, 0-1.
Yeah, had some time in Eastern Michigan. He's batting .700 for the tournament. He's done it with 4 singles, 2 doubles, and a home run while driving in 4 runs. Easily the most impressive offensive player at this championship.
This one hit to shortstop to Grant. Throw to Myers at first, side retired. So a 1-2-3 inning to start. And so, no hits, no runs, no errors. No one left on. Still scoreless after the top of the first inning. And fans from both sides in attendance here today. Lots of fans making the way from New Brunswick PI to cheer on the Islanders, who will come to bat next. The Tecumseh Thunder now getting themselves to the field to get ready for their side of the lineup. So far, it's been an intense tournament, but Charlottetown is going to be needing to keep things back and forth on the score sheet. So the Tecumseh Thunder have Jordan Townshend, a former Western Mustang, up on the mound today, Ted.
Yeah, also a product of the Ilderton program. Highly regarded as one of the best arms in the province, a left-hander. Stands at a 6 foot, 190 pounder, 37-year-old, and hails from London, Ontario. And so one of those pickup players and an important piece to the puzzle as you make up a championship run for the Tecumseh Thunder. And with an adjusted defense, I think that he'll do well with what they've got here. Kibble's inserted, and I think in a defensive capacity will shore up the defense. Hud Wagner will do a great job behind the plate. And they are strong up the middle, as always, with Warkington, Anderson, and Miles Miller.
So we'll see how they'll line up in just a moment. So it looks like we're just about ready for the bottom of the first inning. Again, the Charlottetown Islanders, the 2022 bronze medalists, went 17-11. Their league play on the way to picking up this bid for the championship. They'll start things off with Mike McKay. McKay, the center fielder.
McKay sporting the number 96, the pride of Miramichi, New Brunswick, 27-year-old. Was a bronze medalist with St. Clair College in 1920, but was also the OCAA Championship MVP, taking the Saints to provincial and national gold in 17-18. So he's no stranger to these confines at Lacoste Park.
0-1 to 0-2. The college did a good story actually on that, talking about that just a couple days ago in preparation for this matchup, with some of the former Saints going to be taking on each other in this tournament. It's now bounced off of Anderson's wrist. Anderson can't get the grip on it, and a runner gets to first.
See how they score. That sharply hit up the middle by McKay. It was a bit of a hot shot. Anderson went to the back end, not sure he had enough to corral that, so we'll see how they score it.
Let's take a look at the replay.
Justin Cormier coming to bat. St. Anne de Kent, New Brunswick, 30-year-old.
And they have called that as a hit, our first hit of the ball game.
Can't argue with that.
Justin Cormier, third baseman.
Batting .500 so far this championship.
Called a strike. 1-1 is the count.
4 hits so far to date.
The 1-1. Went way above each other's heads. 2-1.
See how the lefty-lefty matchup works here. Townsend in a bit of a hole, but can draw even here.
2-1. That one misses the top corner. 3-1. 3-1 is the count.
McKay with good speed at first. Anything on the right side by the lefty Cormier may result in just a single out.
Swings and misses. 3-2. On deck, Max Grant. And chops it foul to keep the count going.
Reacquainted myself prior to game time with Mike McKay. He's been a bit of a tour guide for some of his teammates this weekend and showing the sights around the community. A great young man. Proud of his accomplishments both personally and professionally.
3-2. Upstairs and walked. Cormier aboard. Runners at first and second. 1 out in the inning. Now bring up Max Grant.
22-year-old out of Fredericton, New Brunswick. Batting .364 thus far. Has 3 singles and a double.
Starts off with a strike. 0-1.
May see a lot of lefties in this lineup for New Brunswick. Should work in Townsend's favor.
One in for strike 2 on the off speed.
Excellent pitch. Started at the shoulder, but then still hung on the inside portion of the plate.
Looking to set up on the 0-2. And fouled away. Kept alive at 0-2.
Speaking of some of the sacrifices that some of these teams make, PEI/New Brunswick, 25-hour bus ride into our community from their home base.
No planes, just bus?
Just the bus. A lot of team bonding.
Thought about going around, didn't. 1-2.
They did, however, reward themselves with a nice place to stay at the casino here in Windsor. So they'll have nice, relaxing accommodations in a nice environment downtown Windsor.
The 1-2. Just missed the bottom corner. 2-2. 2-2 is the count.
Important pitch for Townsend here.
Watches that one for a ball. 3-2.
Not wanting to load the bases. Townsend will need to stay around the zone, see if he can induce some poor contact from Grant.
After the signal, the 3-2. It's one out towards center. And tracked down by Miller for the first out.
Great job by Townsend. Gets Grant to fish a little bit, go down and get it. That way he didn't bring up Cole McLaren, the Morel Prince Edward Island native, the 27-year-old. McLaren's batting .375. Has 2 singles and a double. along with the leading RBI guy for New Brunswick with 3 so far.
Clarence starts off watching one in the zone, 0-1.
Good start by Townsend. So important to get that last out. Obviously not to load the bases for McLaren.
The 0-1. Missed the outside corner. 1-1.
Anderson attempting to dog McKay at second base to keep him close so he doesn't get a good jump towards third or when the ball's in play.
The 1-1. Foul back. That time off the railing.
These new grandstands here have created some quirky bounces from the backstop, sending the ball back in play, whether it be a live ball or obviously a foul ball. Getting used to the new facility will be part of the deal.
It is a beautiful facility, though, with the new grandstands, and especially with the new press box.
Outstanding. Press box, I think, is one of the nicest amenities here at the park.
Oh, this one slapped down the left field line. Watched as that curves foul.
A very loud foul ball, eclipsing the food truck area. There's a reason Cole McLaren is the leading RBI guy. Can obviously move the ball with power.
Runners at first and second, 1 out still, 1-2 the count. This time hits it fair to left field. Waved home is McKay. He comes in to score. Runner advances to second during the throw. And the Charlottetown Islanders strike first.
Ball up in the zone here. We'll wait for the replay, but I think McLaren was able to get a pitch he could handle up, able to drive it into left field. Unfortunately, La Mancha, in addition to playing deep on the play, slipped once he fielded the ball, allowing the runners to advance not only to second and third. So we have two runners in scoring position for
Duncan Pickett.
Duncan Pickett.
He hits it. He gets a run scored in.
Kensington PEI man wastes no time in driving the ball to right field. He's had a home run so far, a couple doubles. While batting .444, he just bumped his average that much more and added to his RBI total, which will induce Coach Dave Gerard, the G-man, to help calm things down at the Thunder Mound.
So already a discussion with Townshend and Tecumseh. He's been able to battle back from behind before. We'll see what they can do now and try and settle on down. No movement in the pen yet.
Defensive alignment for the Thunder here as Jonathan Arsenault from Charlottetown PEI, 27-year-old, who is the leading hitter, .545 coming in.
Oh, and he has to back up on that one to start, nearly hit him. 1-0.
Arsenault's had 6 singles to date, along with an RBI, so not out of the kettle just yet.
It's one hit fair, playable for Anderson. Takes the out at first. Fielder's choice, and yet again, a run comes in to score.
Well-placed cue ball by Arsenault. Gradley trade off the out there for a run. Josh Meyer, the Summerside PEI 24-year-old. Also a single and a double so far in this championship.
Starts off with a strike, watching off speed, 0-1. Runner at second. 2 outs in the inning. The Islanders up by 3. One to left field. Off by Valencia. Sign is retired. But New Brunswick's representatives strike first. 3 runs come in to score in the bottom of the first inning. Head to the top of the second next. You're on Weed Digital.
For New Brunswick on the bottom of the first, 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left.
As we get set here for the top of the second inning, just like that. Your thoughts on the first inning of play, Ted?
New Brunswick's playing inspired so far. And when I say New Brunswick, these are mostly Charlottetown PEI players. Obviously, we got a few pickups from the New Brunswick Conference. At the same time, I think when putting on the mound, it's going to be important that Thunder creates some noise early so the momentum just doesn't stay in the favor of the New Brunswick PEI squad.
And right now, set to come up 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Tecumseh. For Wagner, Valencia, Goddard.
Leading off the top of the second for the Tecumseh Thunder.
Goddard had a big run scored last time for him. We start with Wagner. One of the pickups for the Thunder for this tournament. Point catcher today. Starts with a swing and a miss. 0-1.
Bud Wagner batting .400 so far in this championship. 2 singles and a double thus far, along with an RBI.
That one in the dirt for the first ball. 1-1.
Bud Wagner with this open stance at address. We'll then close it off.
Speed, hard of the plate. 1-2. Quick here. 1-2. Save it around. And not sure.
Strange outcome here. I'm not sure. We have a check swing. It glanced off of Bud Wagner, advanced to the backstop.
Let's call it a strikeout.
On appeal, was quickly given the commitment for the swing. We still have a loose ball. Coach Kellis just clarifying. I'm wondering if it's a dead ball. Once it made contact with Bud Wagner, thus not allowing him to advance to first on the pass ball. So here we are, 1 out. We move to Lamantia. He was a big hero last night for the Thunder. Batting .333 so far.
Lamantia starts off with a strike. 0-1.
He's had 3 singles to this point, but 4 RBIs.
Trying to go fastball with it. Missed the top of the zone. 1-1. Swings through it. 1-2.
Nancy with 2 hits and 2 RBIs last night in the big win over Quebec.
One fastball misses. 2-2.
Good velocity from Van Putten.
Speed didn't get the call. 3-2. On deck is Goddard.
Van Putten expressing his emotion and disagreement with the call. Here we are, full count.
Swing and a miss. back-to-back strikeouts.
Looking very comfortable as he works through the Thunder hitters at this point. He's a tailing fastball working on the man today. Once he committed, he couldn't catch up. See what the righty-lefty matchup does for Goddard. Batting .333.
Now up is Goddard with an 0-1 count.
Single and a double so far, and I believe one of those, the double was last night.
That one misses. 1-1. Swings up on top of one. 1-2.
I think the elevated fastball is going to be trouble for any batter, let alone the Thunder today. Goddard, 34-year-old, 6'2". Product of Windsor.
Down in the dirt, 2-2.
Van Putten working on a roll here. Working very quickly. I think there's going to be opportunities for the Thunder to slow him down.
And how about 3 straight strikeouts? 4 strikeouts for Van Putten so far today. We head to the bottom of the second inning.
The Brunswick PEI bench is jacked, and Van Putten is supplying the energy right now. He's throwing gas up there.
So we head to the bottom of the second inning. As right now, scored 3-0 for the Charlottetown Islanders so far in this ball game. Townshend now looks to see if he can keep things settled down here.
Baseball Canada would like to thank the Blue Jays for their tremendous support to all Baseball Canada National Championships, along with providing their expertise and advice, which continues to enhance the relationship between professional and amateur baseball in Canada. Please visit BlueJays.com and go Jays go!
So we continue the preparations here. Your thoughts, Ted, as we enter the bottom of the second?
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm impressed with the PEI New Brunswick group and their energy. They seem to be well put together. A well-manufactured ball club. And again, the pluses and minuses work off each other. And when you're amassing a group, and in order to make a championship run, you've got to have the complementary pieces. And right now, they're getting great pitching. And they certainly are doing well enough at the plate to cause some issues for the Thunder. There's going to have to be a momentum shift or a break for the Thunder. That's going to come defensively or through the pitching from Townsend. It's a good time to start. And if it's with the bats, then it will have to happen as they have to dig themselves out of a 3-0 hole.
Things up at the plate now is Logan McDougall. Hard contact to left field. In for at least a base hit. Stops at first.
24-year-old deposits the first pitch into right field.
Second baseman number 22, Ryan McIsaac.
That brings up Ryan McIsaac.
Ryan McIsaac, 26-year-old from Charlottetown.
Starts off with an 0-1 count.
McDougall was his first hit of the championship. Isaac's batting .333 with 3 singles and an RBI thus far.
The 1-1. Runner at first. It's one. Hit to Cunningham. Throw over to Anderson. Back to Cunningham for the tag. No to Anderson, in fact, for the out.
Cunningham, that Swiss Army knife, moving with the ball as it takes him towards second base, rotating his shoulders to make a clean, accurate throw to Workington, who then relays to a late arriving Anderson at first, who never made contact with first base. Fields on the run, makes the tag to record the double play. Well done.
That brings up Mike McKay, who's already got a 1-0 count here. Thought about bunt, pulled it back. 2-0.
McKay already with a hit today up the middle. To his credit, cannot remember how many times he's been involved in a national championship, which means it's a lot.
Skies one to left field. Mejia tracks it down, and the side is retired.
Good job by the Thunder in creating that, we talk about momentum shift. Get them back in the dugout quickly and see what they can do with the bats. You can see the glare, obviously, in left field off LaManchia's glasses as he stared up into the midday sun here at Lacoste Park. Well protected, easily fielded.
Let's take a commercial break. We come back, more coverage from Tecumseh. You're watching We Did It All.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
The third inning. Up to the plate, Ross Barker, Miles Miller, Patrick Hibble, 2 up in order. Ross Barker starts things off by swinging it one to right center field. Down and at the warning track, off the fence. Barker gets the second for a double.
Barker able to extend his arms. Only batting .250 coming in with a pair of singles, but able to really put that one at the base of the right center gap up against the fence. We standing on second, and now we have Miller. He's batting .444 coming into this game. 3 singles and a double. A couple RBIs. In a good situation for him as a lefty batter against a right-handed thrower. If he simply pulls the ball to the right side, he'll advance Barker to a closer scoring position, at the minimum.
Miller now watches one to start, 1-0.
As we mentioned, Miller's got a lot of experience with the game. Fake bunt.
One and one.
Purely window dressing with the fake show bunt. Seeing if he could draw in an infielder.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Nice off-speed pitch by Putin. Swinging in and down in the zone.
Called strike 3.
Another excellent off-speed pitch by Putin. Backdoor curveball, backdoor breaking pitch. Whatever he's throwing in terms of off-speed, it's working. And with the power fastball, is going to keep these hitters at bay. Big moment for Kibble here. Can he help the Thunder? Let's see if he can either take the ball the other direction to move Barker a little bit further or cash him in with a hit.
Now at the plate, Patrick Kibble. 0-1. Watches 1-1.
Kibble another, St. Clair College, former St. Clair College Saint. Swiss Army knife defensively, can catch and play several positions defensively across the diamond.
In a bit of a bind though, 1-2 now is the count.
Be a great time for him to break out and get his first hit of the championship. Seeing limited duty at the plate with only 3 at-bats.
Couldn't get the strike, 2-2. 2-2 is the count.
Former Selects product in Windsor, as well as the Walker Home Sites program.
Right now, he is battling a bit. Runner at second, 1 out. And the battle continues with an air foul.
Patrick, quite the competitor. Will give you everything he has.
Two and two. Down the third base line, playable. Keeps the runner at second as well, as that gets the second out. 5-2 ground out.
Nice play by Cormier. Slow roller towards the line. As long as he planned it well, made the strong throw across, was able to hold Barker at second.
Josh Anderson now to the plate. It's their first non-1-2-3 inning, by the way, from the Islanders. Oh, that nearly made an Island in on top of his head.
Didn't have quite the command of that breaking pitch. Started in on Anderson and never really came back to the plate.
1-0. Turns to 1-1.
Anderson slightly moving towards third base on that swing. Probably in an effort to swing through that inside pitch.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
See where they pitch him here. They spend a lot of time inside at this point, and Anderson's really tight on the plate. Setting up outside now.
And strike 3, another strikeout. 6 already. Van Putten so far putting on a stellar performance.
Really impressive.
So far, 3-0. New Brunswick still your score. This weekend. Let's throw it down to Dominic Papa. He's standing by field side.
Down here at field level, another great game going on here at the Canadian Baseball Championships. And we're even going to mix in a little hockey talk here. Carson Woodall, second-year player with the Spitfires, an outstanding defenseman. And, boy, I'll tell you what, he's got something pretty special on him. He threw the game's first pitch today. How'd the arm feel, Carson? And did you play ball before?
I used to play like T-ball, but, you know, I love coming out here and watching it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks like you had a little slider action going there on that ball. Talk to me about Woody's Hoodies. This is a venture you started a little time ago, and great initiative, and you've raised a lot of money for a very special place.
Yeah, so both of my grandmas had cancer. One of them passed away, so I thought I'd do something. So we're selling hoodies to raise money for cancer research. We're 24% of all of our sales go to cancer research, and right now we're doing a raffle for a Woody's hoodie signed by the Florida Panthers, if you want to do that, and all the money is going to cancer research. So we're up over $24,000 right now.
What a great initiative. Of course, Spitfire Camp just around the corner. You must be anxious to get that going.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited to see all the boys again, and hoping everybody had a great summer, but ready to go here, be better than last year.
Time to get back to business.
Oh, yeah.
Carson Woodall, what a special guy, that's for sure. Let's go back upstairs to the booth.
Thank you very much, Dom. As we enter the bottom of the third inning, Tecumseh,
Cormier.
so far, slow on the offensive side, but the offense, it's not been slow from the Islanders. They have been striking and striking at will. Justin Cormier, who walked last time up, is up here in the bottom of the third inning to lead things off. Starts off with a strike, 0-1.
Job by Townsend. I've actually seen the New Brunswick PEI squad kind of activating their swing initiatives early in the count, taking advantage of first pitch strikes. So you've got to kind of keep them off balance with some off-speed looks. Generally, they're not going to swing first pitch on you if you're throwing off-speed at the first strike.
That bunt makes it 0-2, by the way. The 0-2. And the strikeout. That's the first strikeout for Townsend today.
Good job by Townsend.
Shortstop
Calm the
number
waters a
3,
little bit. There is some activity in the pen
Grant.
for the Thunder. I think Jack Zimmerman is up, just getting loose, not serious. I think any reason for him to come in is only if Townsend struggles any further.
This one grounded down to Anderson. Play over to Cunningham. Gets the squeeze for the second out.
Tough play for Anderson. Makes the big charge. Throws across his body for the out to Cunningham.
Oh, that was Max Grant not
Catcher
able to
number
capitalize
5,
at the plate.
Cole McLaren.
Now bringing up Cole McLaren. Starts off with a strike, 0-1.
Cole McLaren's had a hit already today. Native of Morel, Prince Edward Island, 27-year-old.
The 0-1. Down in the dirt, 1-1.
And I think the activity in the Thunder bullpen is merely because Zimmerman's more of a starting pitcher. He may just require more time to get loose.
There's a strike, 1-2. One, two. Swings at one, approaching him. Going to be a tight play, the slide, called save. An infield single for McLaren.
That jam job, fist job, squibbler to Cunningham was trouble off the bat.
Number 36.
Towns did his best to cover first base, but it required a great athletic feat from Cunningham to charge quickly and then flip it in the other direction to a Townsend who had to field the ball almost in reverse as he backed into the base. And a sliding and hustling, McLaren was able to beat that flip.
Duncan Pickett's now up. Starts with a strike to his count, 0-1.
Pickett's also has had a hit so far. Kensington PEI, just 21 years of age.
1-1 in the dirt, 1-1.
Let's go, 3-6. Having a weekend, Duncan. Keep it going. Step in. Duncan, let's go. Move him around.
Hardy swing, Hardy miss, 1-2.
Pickett spent some time with Marshalltown Community College.
And he swings through it, swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning, and that one closes the inning.
Good inning for Townsend.
3 innings of work. And now it is New Brunswick who controls the 3-0 advantage over Tecumseh. So we enter the run to the top of the 4th inning just like that. A good settle down inning, you can argue, from Tecumseh after what was a nightmare of a 1st inning and an iffy of a 2nd inning even with the double play.
Definitely, but I think that as we mentioned, things have kind of settled into its position now, and now we're going to see in earnest the Thunder come through for the 2nd time against Van Putten. And if they've learned anything collectively or individually, that'll give them assistance. But this is a hard-throwing right-hander. Late life, tailing action on his fastball, and I think some great off-speed pitches and breaking pitches that have really spelled trouble so far. And anytime you can pitch power and with craft, it's going to be difficult. And he's jacked up. So they've got to find a chink in the armor here, because this New Brunswick PEI squad is ready to play.
And right now Van Putten is not, so far, been a hole in that armor. He has been the shield. Outright power once again on the mound. 6 strikeouts today. Get to the top of the 4th inning. Eric Cunningham leads things off. Dan Warkentin, Mitch Hoodwagner follows behind. Starts things off, chopping it over top the head of the infielders. He's aboard, but Tecumseh's 2nd hit of the ball game.
Third baseman tight, protecting against the always able to bunt Cunningham or drag bunt. And the high chopper over the third baseman said creativity from Cunningham, always finds a way.
So over the head of Cormier to be able to get that one in. Dan Warkentin now comes up to the plate. Hard contact to the gap in left center. Extra bases for Warkentin. Cunningham waved home. The throw coming out from left center field. Cunningham, uncontested, will score.
I laugh because Cunningham, the last 45 feet, was just praying for home. Warkentin continues to be a problem in this championship. He's just a tough out. Center fielder McKay was trying to cut that ball off before it got to the wall. Was unsuccessful in that bid. Once that happened, it was an academic situation for Cunningham to make the final 90.
Mitch Hoodwagner now up to the plate so far. 0 for 1 with the strikeout. And another quick first pitch throw. That's going to lead to another ground out. First pitch swinging so far in the top of the 4th inning. That does move Warkentin to third base, though, Ted.
It does, and again, that was the worst case scenario for Hoodwagner in terms of trying to move the runner. And obviously, he's not aboard, but he moves Warkentin a little bit closer to home. And I think the Thunder have taken an approach to swing early in the count to maximize their swing opportunities.
Dementia watches that one to start 1-0.
And as a good pitcher should, he's now going to mix it up and not serve up fastballs early in the count.
Down low, 2-0. Fastball up high, 3-0.
Just what the doctor ordered in terms of the Thunder, trying to rattle Van Putten a little bit. Had to come with 2 breaking pitches to start. Couldn't get the spotted fastball.
Speaking of fastball, bounce back with one. Able to get the strike, 3-1.
Setting up on the outside edge.
Went more inside. Laventia hits it to right field. Pickett makes the catch, and this counts as a sacrifice fly.
Great job by LaMantia. Again, they'd put very. We talked about the fact that he was setting up on the outside edge, but that tailing fastball actually worked back in on the middle part of the plate. That being said, LaMantia was able to lift it to right. Strong throw from the right fielder, but it was fairly deep and didn't have a chance to get the scoring Workington. Good job by the right fielder getting behind the ball to get momentum into the throw, but to no avail.
So that will bring up Cam Goddard. Starts off with the strike, 0-1.
Bring us in, Nathan. Bring us in. We'll get the bats going. Come on, Nathan. Here we go, Nathan.
Goddard so far 0 for 1 with the strikeout. That one below the knees, 1-1.
Right here, Nathan. Right after him, 11. Right after him. Go get it. Come on, Nathan. Come on. Yes.
One makes it 1-2.
Throws Goddard up and in. Outside edge again.
1-2. Call it a ball, 2-2. Two and two. Got it, strike 3.
Pretty sure he's finished every inning thus far with a punch out and is able to take that emotion into the dugout. Like, follow me, guys, I got this.
3 straight innings, in fact, with the strikeout to end it. 7 so far for Van Putten, but Tecumseh does get on the board. That's even more critical for this ball game. 3-2 now your score line, as Charlottetown and its Islanders come up to the plate next. Tecumseh needed that.
Yeah, that was a very productive inning for them. Certainly getting a couple scratched out hits using the sacrifice fly, but obviously Workington obviously is just such a big bat, so important to their success. He's factored in on a lot of their scoring throughout the championship, and I think will continue to make that impression throughout as well as they're playing.
And so, how does Charlottetown bounce back? Well, they have Arsenal, they have Myers, they have McDougall duo. 1 hit out of those 3 so far in the ball game. Fielder's choice out of one of them as well. It's going to be an interesting inning, I think, even then, to say the very least here, Ted, because you're talking about, in a lot of circumstances, this being similar of a feeling to last night with Quebec, where it came down to the final inning.
Yeah, this game's going to go 7 innings of tight baseball. I don't expect it to be a big differential at the end, but we'll see. We'll see how the pitchers respond in terms of taking their craft into the late innings.
Jonathan Arsenault starts things off here.
And Arsenault coming in one of the top hitters for New Brunswick.
And he pops it up. Tracked at the mesh, and it hit the netting. Just a little bit of space needed for Hood Wagner to have a chance.
Arsenault batting .545, 6 singles.
The 0-1. Make it 1-1 again. Trying to get something outside. Missed it. 2-1. Nearly hits him. 3-1.
Little up and in. We'll see how that prepares as a setup for the next pitch. Doesn't want to put the leadoff runner on. Also doesn't want to give him something too good to hit.
Hitters count here. Full count. Full count up on the scoreboards. 3-2.
That was a well-placed ball low in the zone. Good spot.
Full count, popped up, and hit foul out of playable territory into the trees. On deck, by the way, is Josh Myers. Popped up again. This time playable. Morganton tracks it down for the first out.
Didn't have to move too much. Worked in at shortstop as the ball worked its way back to his position.
That'll bring up the first baseman, Josh Myers. Flew out to left field last time up. Starts with the strike, 0-1. Watches that off speed, 1-1. A lot of 1-1 counts so far in this ball game. Noticing though, after that first strike, usually a first ball after.
Myers from Summerside just turned 24 10 days ago.
Oh, foul territory caught. Kibble this time with it. 2 straight pop-ups.
Easy play for the sure-handed Kibble. Working into foul territory.
Logan McDougall.
Up to the plate now, Logan McDougall.
We believe him to be a Summerside resident. 24-year-old.
Makes contact to left field this time. Tracked down by Menechia. And for the second time, an F7 in the game. Third, in fact. But 3 outs now in the inning. That leads us to the top of the 5th inning. Again, 3-2 your score line. Let's take a break. More coverage coming up. You're watching We Digital. Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh, Ontario, as we start the top of the 5th inning. New Brunswick the representatives up by 1 as Ross Barker, Miles Miller, Patrick Hibble do up in the inning. Tecumseh struck for the offense for the first time last inning. Looks to do so again here as first strike for Barker.
I believe Barker led off the last time he batted. Promptly put one off the right center field wall. I think was stranded on second base.
0-2 already though. Strike 3, back-to-back strikeouts now for Van Putten.
Even the big 6'5" frame of Barker couldn't reach that low and away pitch. See if Miller can get the Thunder started this inning.
Center fielder number 11.
Brings up the center fielder, Miles Miller. Miller last time up struck out. Not this time. Base hit for Miller.
Well done by Miller, pulling it through the hole on the right side. Gets his wheels aboard for Kibble.
Third baseman number 12.
Not sure if this will be a sacrifice situation to try and get Miller into position. Could also use Miller's legs. Do you think the catcher from McLaren from Brunswick PI is an accomplished arm? So it won't be easy to get him over to second.
Starting things off with a throw attempt over to first. Just checking to make sure on the runner.
Ground ball here, ground ball. Here we go, Max.
Kibble starts with a foul ball, meanwhile for his count, 0-1.
Healthy cut by Kibble on that ball. Middle infield from New Brunswick PI's thinking double play if ground balls hit on the infield.
0-1. That just about scraped the arm. Instead, it's 1-1.
Kibble stood in there bravely, but didn't work quite in on him. Miller with some theatrics at first, trying to draw a throw or some attention by the Van Putten.
Near same spot, 2-1.
Back of Kibble's left arm isn't moving very much on those inside pitches.
Come on, boys.
2-1. Again, checking on the runner at first.
Let's go here.
2-1. Oh, and that does hit him.
Kibble, the brave soldier, gets himself aboard and pushes Miller to second base in scoring position for Anderson. Again, I don't know if we'll see this as a bunt situation for Anderson.
Second baseman number 5, Josh Anderson.
They want to put it on just to show it. Draw the infield in a little bit. Have him thinking bunt.
Josh Anderson up. And a kick to keep it close to the bag and to the plate.
Great job by the catcher, McLaren. Worked his right leg out, actually used his glove to do the miraculous underhand scoop. Otherwise, that was headed to the backstop and runners would have moved up.
Outside again, 2-0.
They pitched Anderson in last time. Pulling the outside of the edge now.
This time bounces back with a strike, 2-1.
Anderson's probably kicking himself that he didn't activate a swing on that pitch. May not see a better one all that bad. We'll see.
That one was a little bit better, but he swung through it. 2-2. Near center of the plate.
Some activity in the New Brunswick PEI bullpen. We believe it to be number 18, Ben McDougal. Right-hander from Summerside. 22 years of age.
There you go, Nathan. There you go, 11. You got it. You got it.
Full count here.
You got it.
Cunningham on deck.
Right by him.
And foul back to the mesh.
Let it dig deep. One left in you.
Anderson making Van Putten work in this at bat.
Nathan, one in you. Go here, Nate. One in you. Boys got you. Nate got you right here. Right here, 11.
3-2. Walks, the bases loaded. And the clock thickens here. The game tying run at third, the game leading run at second. Looks like they're going to have a conference up on the mound here.
Those white pearls sailing across the diamond and out of the park are supplied courtesy of Rollins,
Critical point in the game, obviously.
of Baseball Canada and all Baseball
One out on the
Canada national championships.
on the inning so far against the
Rollins
Thunder.
baseballs have a full-grain cowhide leather cover.
Very dangerous Cunningham at the plate.
Rollins is also the official bat.
Looks like they're going to keep him in the ball game for now.
National teams. The top hitter at all Baseball Canada championships this year will be awarded a Rollins bat.
Another
Make sure to
arm
check it.
just
Rollins
getting loose and doing some stretching in the bullpen for New Brunswick PEI. And number 4, Logan Gallant, Cornwall, Prince Edward Island, 28-year-old right-hander.
First baseman number 3, Eric Cunningham.
So we see the corner infielders pinching tight, middle infield playing for the double play.
Starting things off, meanwhile, it's 1-0 to start. Up the middle. Squeaks on the second, and no play. Run comes in, bases loaded. We're tied at 3.
Good strength by Cunningham, muscling that up the middle. I wouldn't say it was the most sharply hit ball in the world. Diving second baseman, all he could do is stop the ball from entering center field, maybe saved a run with Kibble coming around third. But obviously it's an infield single, and it's a run on the board. And the bases are still juiced for the biggest bat in the tournament in Workington.
Starting things off with this count with a strike, 0-1. Game leading run at third. Bases are loaded, top of the 5th inning. Tecumseh's come all the way from a 3-0 deficit. Workington hits the short. Play over to second, throw to first. Not in time. Tecumseh takes the lead on the fielder's choice.
Workington, even when he's not hitting safely, he's producing runs. Used his legs to beat out that double play opportunity. New Brunswick PEI infield just could not turn it quick enough to get him at first. So now we should have 2 outs on the board with the Hud Wagner in first and third situation.
We start things off with this count with a 1-0.
There.
Runners at first and third, 2 outs. As that's foul tipped away, 1-1.
Hud Wagner had dangerous intentions with that swing. I think he was thinking poolside. Be surprised if Workington at some point isn't trying to steal second.
1-1. Fouls that to the street, 1-2.
Need to apologize to the Workington family. I mentioned the family business. I spoke with Dan last night after the big win over Quebec. I spoke with his father Phil today, and he indeed is a apple and cucumber farmer, as I said, pickles. But they're in the same family. So, but a great family. Dan's older brother is still playing independent ball at a Joliet just outside of Chicago.
2-2. Strike 3.
And again, Van Putten finishes off an inning via the K. Not as much positive emotion, though, going to the dugout this time after giving up the tying and go-ahead run.
So after 5, or rather, after 4.5, coming to the bottom of the 5th inning, Tecumseh now leads 4-3 over Charlottetown and its Islanders.
We'll mention Van Putten is actually under 2 weeks away from his 24th birthday.
There were no errors and 2 runners left.
And now we'll see what happens here, because obviously Charlottetown needs a response and they need one quickly.
Yeah, Townsend's found himself a rhythm, found himself a groove at this point, weathered the storm early, and has some clean sheets to speak of the last 3 innings. It's important to propel and have that energy and positive momentum working in favor of your dugout. Not out of the woods yet by any stretch. Who are the 3 batters due up this inning? Do we have?
Well, we have
Isaac,
McIsaac, McKay, Cormier.
So McIsaac in the 9-hole and wrap around the leadoff hitter McKay. Mention about Cormier, who's batting 3rd this inning. He will celebrate his 31st birthday in just 3 days' time.
A lot of people ready to celebrate their birthdays on this road trip.
Well, it's what better place to celebrate your birthday than in our community? We've got cake too.
Second baseman number 22.
Off of the plate is McIsaac. Into a double play last time up, back in the 2nd inning. Starts off watching, 1-0.
McIsaac, 26-year-old Charlottetown native.
Two-0.
Another gorgeous day here in Tecumseh. If there's any clouds, I can't find them.
Fastball in for strike 1.
Come on, dude. Go right out.
2-1. Make it 2-2.
Okay, we got this. Rhino, come on, buddy.
75 degrees on the Fahrenheit scale for those following the weather locally.
Oh, this one foul tipped. Stays 2-2.
Different arm in the Tecumseh Thunder bullpen. Bolton, Ontario's Leo Labine. Right-handed 6'6" thrower, 30 years of age.
Come on, buddy. Come on.
2-2. Swing and miss. Strike 3. It's now the 3rd strikeout today from
Center
Townshend.
fielder number 96, Mike McKay.
That brings up McKay. Okay, so far 1 for 2. He flew out the last time out, though, to left field. Off speed to start, misses. 1-0.
McKay always a gamer for the big moment.
It's 1 to center. Miller tracks it, gets it. 2 gone.
For baseman number
That brings up
44,
Cormier.
Justin Cormier.
Off speed to start, misses the top. 1-0.
Nice pitch from Townsend to start off that at bat. Cormier hitless so far.
Fouled away.
Seem to have a good beat on that fastball. Again, you get to file that for memory. Either location or pitch selection. Certainly playing in the favor of Cormier on that offering.
This one looped over to Cunningham, throws it over to first, gets the out. So a 3-1 ground out to end the inning.
I love the approach from Cunningham there. Just said to himself, I'm not going to glove this. I'm just going to take it off the body and make the quick flip to Townsend, who is hustling over for the cover. And bang, bang play. Good hustle by Cormier.
Part of Brunswick in the bottom of the fifth.
So after 5, 4-3 Tecumseh is the score line. So far, it's now going a bit back and forth on the score sheet.
So there will be a pitching change here for New Brunswick PEI. Number 18, Ben McDougall. As you mentioned earlier, a 22-year-old out of Summerside PEI.
And now he has to settle this game on down for the Islanders. Metia, Goddard, and Barker due up next.
McDougall has been a part of the under-22 Prince Edward Island team.
And now he looks to try and keep this game settled down.
See here was named the MVP of the Atlantic Championship for the Summerside Chevys. Summerside Chevys. Now we're talking.
So, McDougall sets things up on the mound. Still face Paul Laventia. So far for him today, a sac fly and a strikeout. Down the right field line, what could be extra bases? Tracked down by Pickett. And able to get the second. Laventia starts things off with a double.
That slashing motion swing from Lamantia hugged the line as it chased itself into the right field. Tried to get to the corner, cut off well by the right fielder Pickett, but just too far distance to make up for the swift running Lamantia, who eased into second with a stand-up double.
That brings up Cam Goddard. So far, 2 strikeouts for Goddard on the game today. Up high. Starts off with the ball. Down the right field line again. This could be on single. Yes, it will be. Goddard stops at first, and a run comes in to score. It's 5-3 Tecumseh.
Goddard gets off the schneid, gives Pickett some more work in the right field corner. Easily scores. Lamantia running hard from second. Goddard, however, basically put it in a home run trot as soon as he got out of the box. Just taking the single, not threatening the double at any stretch. Seems to be some movement from the Tecumseh dugout, and maybe that was part of the reason why Goddard wasn't in full speed. So we'll see a pinch running here. Number 2 from the Thunder, Andrew Cooper. Last night's pitcher against Quebec. Ever the athlete, the 32-year-old out of Belle River. And again, as I mentioned on the broadcast last night, an accomplished fielding position player throughout his younger career before he became a Washington Nationals draft pick as a right-handed pitcher. But a good athlete in his own right. I'm sure he can handle the pinch running duties.
1-0 the count meanwhile for Barker. 2-0. And a pickoff. Didn't get much doing.
Maybe it's a running day for Cooper after his nearly 90-pitch outing.
Well, time to run past short. He on it first. First out. That's the runner.
Great play by the shortstop. Grant, full-length dive into the hole between short and third. Gets up, throws a strike over to the first baseman, nipping Barker. And what I think was a very close play. Cooper slides safely into second, but definitely got the out there at first. Very calm call from Mr. Gomes.
And another conference up on the mound all of a sudden. Runner in scoring position and a 2-run lead. Looks like they have someone else coming up to the mound here. Brody McDonald just stepped up on the mound. And a bit of a short leash, to say the least, there for McDougall.
Honestly, didn't even see him warming up. They did have a cast of characters down there. Brody McDonald, a 32-year-old left-hander out of Charlottetown. Maybe they want to see the lefty-lefty matchup here. I think Miller is due up next.
And we'll find out what he's got for Miles Miller here. Again, Cooper at second. 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. Tecumseh has now scored 5 runs in the past 3 innings here in this one.
Brody choosing not to make use of the upper buttons on his jersey. A little more ventilation for the young man. That's just the way he rolls.
Sometimes it's down to preference, right?
Down to preference.
Looks like he's just about ready to go with Miller in the box.
One thing you do with pitchers, you let them be them.
Miller, 1 for 2 today, a single and a strikeout. Starts off with 1 in the dirt. 1-0.
Second baseman, Cormier shading more to the first base side, knowing that Miller went that direction last at bat. Middle infield not too concerned about Cooper's lead at second. Cooper taking a healthy lead. Well schooled in the art of taking that secondary.
So far, Cooper, not much he can do with 2 and 1 from the base paths. This one chopped, and they say
Off his foot.
possibly.
Brody McDonald had some time with the University of Mount Olive in Mount Olive, North Carolina.
Miller walks back into the box with a 2-2 count. Fouled away. Two. Oh, and that bounces around. No place for Cooper to go, though. He goes back to second.
Cooper being conservative. Gonna let his teammates move him around the bases.
Two again. This time hit Hoyable. In left field it goes for Arsenault, and he gets the out. Second out of the inning.
No chance for Cooper to tag on that fly ball as it hugged the left field line, and actually a short throw for Arsenault if he had to make the double play opportunity a reality.
That brings back up Patrick Kibble. Kibble, last time up in the last inning, he was hit by a pitch. This time, it's a shortstop play by Grant. Thrower to Myers, gets the out. That ends the top of the sixth.
Great job by Grant coming in and getting the short hop, a little easy flip across the diamond to get Kibble. Even with the confusing Cooper blocking his vision a little bit.
So the bottom of the sixth inning coming up, Tecumseh up 5-3. Brunswick's representatives looking for something. Able to claw their way back here.
Top of the sixth, 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left.
And it's the heart of the lineup coming up too. Speaking of coming up, the bronze medal game, 4 p.m. on Sunday. Remember, a pay-per-view. If you want to be able to view that one on WeDigital.ca, so you're able to keep an eye on that ball game. Gold medal game, meanwhile, it'll be a 7 o'clock start. That will determine the men's national champion pay-per-view. WeDigital.ca, tune in to see. So the bottom of the sixth inning coming up here. And so far, it's been a good swing of things for McLaren and Pickett. They're the ones with hits so far in this part of the inning.
Townsend sitting at 69 pitches coming into this sixth. Allowed 5 hits and 3 earned runs thus far on a walk to go with 3 strikeouts. Solid pitching performance. Again of late. That's a string of 4 clean sheets. Looks to keep it that way entering the 7th.
Out of the plate, Max Grant.
The shortstop, number 3, Max Grant.
Max Grant so far hitless in the 3 spot. Flew out and ground out back in the 1st and 3rd.
Grant, one of the pickups out of Fredericton, 22-year-old.
And time currently set in. 1-0 the count. Now they've taken the ball off the count. They'll restart it. Now it's a strike, 0-1.
Grant actually has been most recently at Canisius.
Well, he's going to be on base here. He hits it all the way to right field for extra bases. Oh, and the throw goes wild. Still stopped back third by Kibble. It's a double for Max Grant.
Yeah, hit better than 350 at Canisius over 4 years.
After number 5, Cole McLaren.
NCAA program in the Buffalo area, Metro Athletic Conference. See if Townsend can work to hold him there.
Watches that one. 1-0.
McLaren on a 2-for-2 day.
Cole McLaren, a double and a single so far. Hits this one to right. Right field, Barker gets it. First out of the inning.
Barker makes the catch, but on the transfer drops it. No question from the umpire Gomes to make sure that that was just a transfer drop.
Right fielder number
Grant,
36.
close to the base in second, never really seriously tagging, trying to advance on that short fly in the right.
It's going to bring up Duncan Pickett. He's 1 for 2 with a single back in the first inning. Gets underneath this one. Miller in center, gets out number 2.
Townsend doing a good job inducing some poor fly-out contact.
Left fielder number 9, Jonathan Ursino.
As of right now, holding Grant right at second base. Thunder's Levine getting a little bit more warm in the bullpen, anticipating an opportunity possibly to close out the game if Townsend can't continue.
Off speed, strike 1.
Good north-south and east-west off-speed look from Townsend. Starts way open on his address to the set.
Makes contact, bounces its way over Kibble. 1 run comes in to score. The tying run is now at first with 2 gone in the 6th.
Arsenault, one of the top hitters for New Brunswick PI coming into this game. Laced that one at almost a defenseless Kibble over at third base. That ball was both curling and in a nasty hop situation. Almost took his head off. Easily scores Grant from second.
Now big spot. Starts with a strike, 0-1 now for Josh Myers.
They don't call it the hot corner for nothing.
Johnny's there for you, Josh. Johnny's there for you. Find a hole. Drive it. Come on, buddy, little top. Singles.
Swing and miss, 0-2. Officially ruled as a hit, by the way, for the hop over top Kibble.
Come on, Johnny, you're going. You got this, Josh. You got this battle.
Myers is, we may have already mentioned, just turned 24 out of Summerside.
1-2.
Come on, Josh, you got
Tecumseh gets out of the jam. Rally ends there as we head to the top of the 7th. 5-4 your score. Tecumseh up by a razor's margin here on We Digital.
Going to Brunswick in the bottom of the 6th.
Every child should learn how to swim, for health, for safety, and for fun. That's why we've started Canada's Swim Team. Learn to swim at least 25 meters on your own, and you're on the team. Canada's Swim Team. It's that easy. Help make us the world's largest swim team by adding your name at getswimming.ca. Ask your parents first. Swimming, the only sport that can save your life.
Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh, Ontario for the top of the 7th inning. Quickly getting back to work as Josh Anderson, Eric Cunningham, Dan Workington due up here to start off this 7th. Starting things off, Anderson to right field. Eyes out to Pickens for the first out.
It's baseball, hit it sharp, right at the right fielder.
First baseman number 3, Eric Cunningham.
Bring up Eric Cunningham, and Cunningham has had some big hits today. 2 hits and a strikeout, but has also picked up an RBI and a run. Part of this lead for Tecumseh.
Here we go, Brody. Here we go. Nice hit!
Watches a strike to start. 0-1.
Come on, Brody. Let's go. Come on, Brody. Clean inning. Boys will go and get you one. Come on. Nice pitch.
Down in the dirt. 1-1.
Come on, fly player. You got this, Brody. You and Cole right here.
I'm trying to hit the inside corner. 2-1.
Right down the middle. Right there, Brody.
2-1 is the count.
Here we go, Brody. You got this. Come back, Brody.
3-1.
Buddy, you got lots. Keep a seat, Brody. Come on, Brody. Let's
Dan
go.
Workington on deck.
Make him swing, Brody. Make him swing. Oh, you got
Never
it.
dangerous,
Brody,
Dan
you got
Workington.
him. Right here. You got him. Come on.
And they walk Cunningham. Base runner aboard here at the top of the 7th.
Shortstop number 16, Dan Workington.
Brings up Dan Workington.
At this stage of the game in Cunningham's energy level, it may require a triple or a home run to push him across. Off the bat of Workington.
0-1 on the foul ball.
Right here, Max, Justin. Bring us in. Here we go, Brody. Come on, Brody. Come on, Brody. You got it. Yes!
Fouled away. 0-2. Reminder to stay tuned after the game. There'll be a live press conference aired with the coaches of each team, your player of the game.
Here we go, 5-2. 2 to you, Brody. 2 to you, Brody. Come on, 5-2. Open your eyes, Brody. Dig it. Dig it. We're getting them on 2, Brody. We're getting them on 2. Right here, Brody. You and Cole. Right here.
0-2. Fouled away again.
Good job, Brody. Good job. Let's go, 5-2.
Workington batting 700 coming into the game. He's only 1 for 3 today, which is mind-boggling.
Fouled away again.
Most people would take 1 for 3 and an opportunity to get a second hit in their last at bat. Either way, it's going to drop his average because his average is so high.
You can only keep your batting average sky high for so long.
No doubt.
0-2. Down in the dirt, 1-2.
Good zone discipline. Didn't chase.
Come on, bro. Go, Brody. Go 5-2. You got this. You got this. Dig in. Do to you, Brody. One more.
1-2. Swings through it.
Does chase there.
Second out of the inning.
Not an easy game. The left-hander, Brody McDonald, doing his level best to
Catcher number 25.
get out Mr. Worthington.
Mitch Hudbagner.
Up at the plate, Mitch Woodwagner. So far for him today, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Starts off with foul ball, 0-1.
Hudbagner doing a good job behind the plate today. Always a more difficult task. Playing the catching position in addition to being a strong batter.
Dig in, Brody. Dig in. 5-2. Come on. Right after him. Go after him.
Strike 2. The 0-2 to short. Grant takes the force out. Side is retired. So we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Tecumseh up by 1. New Brunswick PEI looking to walk off, Ted.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting finish. Anticipating a decision here as it relates to the pitcher going to come out of the dugout. More harm out of the bullpen is Levine. You see Townsend making the effort to come out.
A reminder of the schedule, by the way. See, Alberta's schedule will be 2 o'clock. So we get no pitching change, as you just were alluding to. Technically, it's the 7th inning stretch. Technically. They're playing the 7th inning stretch music over the PA system.
Well, you got to stay loose in these tense moments. 1-run ball game in the 7th. Why not keep it light?
Well, it's not going to be a light workload here because you have Logan McDougall, you have McIsaac, you have McKay. So far, 2 of those 3 have only been at the plate just twice. How things have really broken down here.
Interested to see if there's any opportunity for pinch hitting on the out of the PEI New Brunswick dugout. We have a hit from McDougall. Looks like he's going to bat as normal. But I do see number 4 getting ready.
Logan Gallant.
So they may be pinch hitting for the 9-hole and McIsaac. Logan Gallant out of Cornwall. I think they're going to stick with McKay, though, at the top of the order. And maybe hold back an additional pinch hitter if they need it, if this extends.
Bottom of the 7th inning. A 1-run ball game. Tecumseh up. Dougal starts things off watching one outside.
Townsend had an efficient just 81 pitches through 6. 80 coming into the 7th.
This one fouled away. 1-1 is your count. One, just misses. 2-1.
Townsend and the Tecumseh faithful not in agreement with the call. Here nor there, 2-1.
Launch that one for 3-1.
I would think any hint of a base runner here, if this leadoff hitter gets on, we will see a call to the bullpen for Levine.
3-2.
Umpire confirms right on the black on the outside edge for the Thunder in the black uniforms today.
Oh, and that hits him. McDougal hit on the shoulder. The game-tying run is aboard.
McDougal not flinching 1 second in terms of taking that on his shoulder. Knows the importance of the base runner. We have the manager from the Charlottetown Islanders, Doug Hines, coming over to make the change. Is that a pinch runner?
I believe that may be. It is.
So the pinch runner will be Tyler Taylor out of Stratford, PEI, 21-year-old. And as we expected, Logan Gallant out of Cornwall, 28-year-old, will be batting.
Starts off with a ball, 1-0.
Gallant showing bunt. Kibble charging from third. It's going to be an important sequence of events as it unfolds with no outs and a runner on first.
Going for the bunt. Gallant, it rolls on by. Runners at first and second here, and the game-winning run is at first.
Not the best of bunts from Gallant. Actually pushed it inside the circumference of the mound. Unfortunately, Townsend slipped once and then slipped twice before being able to corral the ball on its way towards second base, really, and really no play at that point. Townsend, unfortunately, will be lifted for the ready Levine. Will be a right-hand versus right-hand matchup as McKay will step in as the leadoff hitter for New Brunswick PEI with runners on first and second. So a very precarious situation created for the base up balls and the, I would say, muffed bunt.
So a very big spot here for Levine. Right-hander gets prepared again to reset. McDougal and Gallant getting aboard with a hit by pitch and a bunt respectively. And Mike McKay is now ready to come up to the plate.
Now pitching for Tecumseh, number 15.
Justin Cormier will be on deck.
Lee Labine, I spent some time with the University of Western Mustangs baseball team.
About to find out how this goes.
First, number 2, Scott Harper.
So the winning run, which stands on second base, now is going to be pinch run for by number 2, Scott Harper, who's out of Tignish, Prince Edward Island. And one of the elder statesmen of this roster at age 52. So trusting the experience and wisdom of the 52-year-old. Clearly has enough speed in the tank to bring across the hopeful winning run for the New Brunswick PEI squad. Labine in a pickle. Inherited 2 runners with no out. We'll see how he works. Thunder defense not fooling around. Cunningham is nearly shaking hands with McKay at the plate. Kibble is also very tight at third. Anderson ready to go activate himself towards first base on the bunt coverage. Workington back, holding runner at second.
Starting things off with a throw. Back over to first. 1-0 the count.
McKay pulls back on the bunt attempt wisely, and Hudvagner fires directly to Workington at second to keep the runner Taylor close to his second base.
Tries to show bunt. Doesn't hit the zone. Pulls it back in time. 2-0.
So Labine working the outside edge, and McKay being smart, having some zone discipline, forcing a strike.
2-0 gets the first strike. 2-1.
So with the wheel play or the bunt coverage that the Thunder have here employed, they've got Cunningham charging hard and really committed to the bunt. If McKay was to slap this at him in any stretch of the imagination, he would not be able to react, but because it's a bunt situation, they're working the outside edge to force McKay into pushing it down the first base line. Anything down the third base line could be trouble.
Oh, and he popped it up. The dive, the catch. Wagner with the catch for the first out of the inning.
Incredible athletic play from Hudvagner. They went off speed with a breaking pitch. They bit down low in the zone. McKay, all he could do was pop it up in the air, going behind Hudvagner at home plate. A diving play, we'll see it on the replay here. He's wheels and spins, throws the mask all at once. Outstretched arm was able to make a great play and get an out with no runners advancing. Now we have 1 out on the board. Still the tying and winning runs aboard as we see.
Strike called for Justin Cormier.
Cormier. Soon to be 31-year-old Cormier.
Upstairs, 1-1. Misses. 2-1.
Four's in.
The 2-1. Gets strike 2.
Cormier 1 for 3 so far today. In a good position too as a lefty. It's the righty matchup. If he can pull the ball, he can at least advance runners.
Cormier straight to short, throw to first, to second, gets the out. And a double play ends the game. Tecumseh finishes the round robin undefeated. 5-4 Thunder is your final. How about that, Ted?
Yeah, it's an exciting play to finish the ball game off. Anderson gets the sharp liner from Cormier. Taylor, unfortunately, didn't freeze quick enough or retreat quick enough, and Workington comes from behind with the easy flip. We'll see if he freezes or takes a step forward. Difficult thing to do. You see a hit ball and you want to score, and he froze, but didn't retreat on the line drive, and obviously gets doubled off to finish the game off. And so you have an undefeated host Tecumseh Thunder advancing to medal round play. New Brunswick will slot in at 2-2 to complete their round robin play. And we'll wait for all the ins and outs. Find out where everyone's situated as we advance into the quarterfinal, semifinal play. Good win for the Tecumseh Thunder. Even though they give up 3 early, able to claw their way back, overcome the deficit, and then hold on at the end. Good team effort.
Great team effort, and this is going to make it to where
Today's player of the game
Destiny
with 2 hits
now
and 3
controlled
attempts. 2 singles,
by the
he
Thunder.
scored a run and 1 RBI and 1 walk.
now.
Number 3,
Remember,
Eric
stay tuned.
Cunningham.
Press conference coming up. Here with the coaches in each team and the player of the game. Speaking of the player of the game, that is Eric Cunningham. As mentioned before, 2 hits, run an RBI, the go-ahead run back in the 5th inning for Cunningham. And so on that note, we'll take a step aside. We come back, press conference with your coaches and player of the game. You're watching We Digital.
The next game here at Lacoste Park is scheduled for 2 p.m. and it'll be Alberta against Saskatchewan.
Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh, Ontario, as we continue our preparations here for the press conference and post-game coverage here in this one. Again, currently getting our preparation together with the coaches and the players, hence why the current delay in timing for the time being, but take a couple minutes. Thunder currently in the midst of celebrating their victory, hence the current situation on their side there. Stay tuned here as we get ready for the press conference. Again, 5-4, your final score for the Thunder over the Islanders. Ted, once again, controlling their destiny is the main mindset for the Thunder. And right now, they are in the driver's seat for Sunday. It's going to be a big-time Sunday here at the ballpark.
No, I expect this to really culminate in quite a celebration for the Thunder if it keeps progressing the way it is. I mean, they've got a snowball rolling down the hill at this point, and it's gaining steam, and it's gaining a lot of attention. I honestly think that the folks here didn't expect this to be much of a game, but this was an important game to New Brunswick PEI. I'm not sure we had the throngs of fans nearly full to capacity, but I think as things progress into tomorrow, you're going to see even more interest from our community and actually coming to support. Really impressed with the play of the Thunder. They've kind of done it in different ways over those 4 wins to this point. They've gotten good, solid pitching all the way through. They've had timely hitting. They've had timely defensive plays, heads-up plays throughout, and it's really been a joy to watch. And obviously, when you see it in your home community, at your home ballpark, obviously the attention starts to ratchet up with every positive moment. That's for sure.
And so now it's going to be the question how the tournament seeding goes, obviously, for the different brackets. But remember, second and third place in the seeding have a quarterfinal either in Woodsley or here later tonight. You're talking about a quick turnaround time for if you're in the quarterfinal.
Yeah, definitely. And as no one wants to have to play in that game, they're using an extra arm if their intentions are to play for, a medal on Sunday. And ultimately, you're just going to run out of energy if you have to play and keep playing a doubleheader today and then possibly a doubleheader tomorrow. So ultimately, it's not the way you want to draw it up if you're in a quarterfinal situation, but it means you have an opportunity. I think we've got some people moving into position. We've got the player of the game in position. We have the coach from New Brunswick PEI and Doug Hines. They may just be waiting for a coach representative. It looks like assistant coach Dave Gerard is going to help us out down at field level at the press conference as Jamie Kell is dealing with host responsibilities.
So just about all set to go for the press conference here in this one. Again, post-game coverage featuring the coaches from each team and players of the game throughout this entire tournament. Keep an eye on and discuss things after what's been some intense baseball. Again, 5-4 was your score line. Let's go down.
Canadian National Men's Basketball or Baseball Championships. What a barn burner we just had between the host team, Tecumseh Thunder, and the Islanders who represent New Brunswick. We have Coach Doug Hines from the New Brunswick team. We have Dave Gerard sitting in for Jamie Kell from the Tecumseh team, and we also have the player of the game from Tecumseh, Eric Cunningham. So we'll start with the New Brunswick team. Your pitcher was lights out. He baffled Tecumseh. Or was that something that was expected, or is this guy your ace?
Well, I don't know if we expect him to baffle him, but we knew he'd keep us in the game. That's all we asked for in your starters. So, yeah, he pitched great. They're a good team. So.
Well, again, you can't say anything bad about either side of the team, either side of the ball. How did you feel when it became they got the runs back.
Well, we've been swinging the bat well this week, and we thought we could chip away. We thought we'd say the biggest thing was we used a lot of the bullpen. We just needed them to keep us in it, give us a chance, and we thought we could score. Yeah, for sure.
So now you guys are 2-2. Basically, you're waiting to see where you fall.
I'm not quite sure. I just go where they tell us.
Perfect. Thanks, Dave. Again, what can you say about the game?
It was a great game. You got to really tip your hat off to that starting pitcher for New Brunswick. He had us off balance through strikes, his off-speed stuff for strikes. So very tough to hit. He was a great pitcher. Those games come down to who makes the fewest mistakes. So we always stress no free outs, right? Make the plays, and that turned out to be the way we won the game. So
you guys run the table 4-0. This is the toughest game you probably had all weekend. So how do you prepare for the next one?
Next game up. We haven't really. I believe we earn a bye for tonight, so I'm going to tell the guys to get their rest, hydrate. It's hot out here, but that game is finished, and we need to move on.
Perfect. All right, we'll go to the player of the game, Eric Cunningham. 2 for 3 today. So you guys spotted him 3 runs at the beginning of the game. Was it? How did you guys rally around that to get more runs? Or
our coaching staff always preaches that when you get down, you got to keep battling. That New Brunswick squad came out real hot today. They knew they had to put on a show, and they came out with a lot of energy, probably the most energy we've seen all tournament. When you see a team come out like that, you got to take your lumps in the first when they score and dig deep and battle at the plate and find a way back.
All right, guys, we're going to throw it back to Justin up in the box, and enjoy the next game.
Just about does it here from Tecumseh. We still have one more game for the round robin portion from Burt Lacoste Park. Start time 2 p.m. here on We Did It All. But on that note, it's time to say goodbye for now. For Ted Beal, for the rest of our crew, I'm Justin Prince saying so long. See you at 2 o'clock for the next one.